This week on Niagara 124th, as the Ebola outbreak spreads, a new vaccine is being tested in South Africa. Have we found a cure? Flashpoint. Tension comes to a boil in Missouri after a St. Louis teen is shot to death by the police. The hard-fought battle. Malala Yousafzai wins this year's Nobel Peace Prize. And supreme victory. The Supreme Court overrules same-sex marriage bans in the western states. Gay marriage becomes legal in Las Vegas. All this and more coming up on Niagara 124th. And we're here! Happy Friday, everybody! How's it going?
Hello.
I'm Nico.
I'm Bobby.
And this is Niagara 124th. Of course, you can always follow us on Twitter at Niagara124, on our Facebook page at Niagara1/24, and of course, you can call into the studio at 286-7315. That is 286-7315. We're always looking for people to call in. You know how it is. So, Bobby, you want to start us off today?
What are we starting with? Are we starting with Ebola?
We're starting with Ebola, as always, ladies and gentlemen.
So what happened this week with Ebola?
Well, you read the article, Bobby, so you tell me.
I did read the article. I thought you wanted to go with it.
Oh, well, I'll go
right.
with it then.
So we know Ebola's in Texas. The guy who came here from Liberia has passed away from it. That's not good.
No. I just have some lovely things to point out. Do you know that we ran out of the vaccine? And that is why he could not be treated. We actually ran out of the vaccine.
Is that why?
Yes.
Because I saw online that his family was complaining that they didn't get him into supportive care in time. It was too late to help him.
They were resistant to use the experimental drug.
Oh, okay.
But they actually, the ZMapp Pharmaceuticals are the ones that made the approved vaccine for Ebola and the treatment. They already had it all used up on... It was several Spanish priests and the two people that were first sent over here. The missionary and the other one.
Okay.
However, this is an interesting little tidbit. GlaxoSmithKline had an Ebola vaccine months ago and asked the World Health Organization if they should make more, continue production. And the World Health Organization turned them down, saying, right now we are worried about containment, not vaccination. Do you have a comment on that, Bobby?
Ebola, why?
Wow, this is... Well, I just find it funny that the World Health Organization, said, nope, we're not... And that's the problem, was that the experimental one is the one that is now being tested in West Africa. They're starting trials in West Africa, and it is the GSK one.
I guess we're better trying to prevent it from spreading further than focusing on treating people who have it now. I guess that's one of the same, though.
Well, speaking of preventing, you want to talk about the article you read?
The article?
Yes.
Okay, so NVC, wonderful NVC, paired up with SurveyMonkey, which is a survey platform on the internet, to survey 1,000 people about Ebola. And we got some stats on that. 58% of those people want flights banned from Ebola countries.
See, this is where I want to flip the script a little bit off of Ebola and into something that any of you that have Tewksbury's CMS 100 class knows about. Bobby, are you familiar with the term native advertising?
Not exactly.
Okay, native advertising is when companies write articles to look like, or write ads that look like articles and shove them into news sources.
Yes.
Did you notice anything interesting about that, news story you sent me, Bobby?
Well, I found another one, but that one I sent you, they were advertising NBC and SurveyMonkey.
Yes, it was literally one sentence. 58% of Americans want to ban flights from Ebola outbroken countries. And then the NBC News survey by SurveyMonkey in a new partnership, the world's leading online survey platform. It was four paragraphs on NBC.
And that was the one I found on Reddit. It was one of the top posts on Reddit for the day, and all the comments were complaining how it was just an advertisement. I found an article with the actual survey statistics, and I have some more of them.
And where you do have more?
Yes.
Let's hear them.
51% of those people said they were worried there would be an Ebola outbreak in the United States. 76% of those people said they trusted the CDC to prevent an Ebola outbreak in the U.S.
Okay.
Those are the most important stats I found.
Those are very important stats. We'd like to hear your view on the Ebola outbreak. So, of course, tweet us, Niagara 124. Then, of course, call into the studio at 286-7315.
I'd just like to add in that the survey was conducted the day before Thomas Eric Duncan died in Texas. Hello,
okay.
People waving in the window.
Hello, people waving in the window. What's up?
My point with that being, I don't know if the survey results would have been different if people had known that the man in the U.S. with Ebola had died.
I do have a question, though. How many people did you say were surveyed?
Let's get exactly 1,010 U.S. adults.
That's a relatively small sample in comparison to the entirety of the United States.
It is.
Anything else about Ebola?
Are we going to continue talking about it?
Well, we can just stop talking about Ebola. As you said, the conversation always continues online. We are up basically 24/7.
Everybody's waving in the window today.
Everyone's waving in the window.
Hello.
Hi. I think, yep, that was interesting. Well, I like how we're talking about various serious topics, and then we start like, oh, there's people in the window.
Well, I mean,
there's just
there are a lot of people who are freaking out about how Ebola is in the U.S. now, or at least how there was someone with Ebola in the U.S. Like, we've done a pretty good job of containing it so far.
Did you know that the U.S. owns a patent on one of the Ebola viruses? And
what?
If this one is 80% similar to it, then they own this one too.
What?
The United States patented one of the Ebola viruses in 2000, some of that late 90s era. They put a patent on it, saying that they own DNA structural design of this virus.
Can you do that?
Yes, you can. Yes, according to the you can put a patent on a virus. That's a new one.
I mean, I don't mean to laugh at this, but why?
I asked the same thing. I found that a little shocking. But if this one's 80% similar, they own this one too. Which, for all you economics people out there, I'm going to explain to you why this is so important. This means that the United States has the sole rights to production of vaccines, using it in scientific studies, etc., etc.
All right.
Moving on to... Well, Bobby, this is the other story you sent me.
Yes.
St. Louis.
Yes. You want me to go along with it?
Yeah,
right.
You could go along with it.
Well, this happened Wednesday. A St. Louis policeman killed an 18-year-old in St. Louis. Okay. I mean, where do you want me to go with this?
What's the whole story?
I have the story here, but we can't...
Okay.
How many times is it going to happen?
That you just read the title?
No, I mean, how many times...
No, shooting?
Yes.
That's my question, too. To the point where I was hesitant to report this because it's making both sides get a little intense.
There's not enough information to define like a clear side of who's right.
Exactly my point. Which is why, I'm just gonna, the raw facts. These are the absolute facts. This is what we know. The police shot and killed an 18-year-old male in St. Louis. The police state that he shot at them, and they picked up the gun at the crime scene. But other people, bystanders, and the kid's family say that he only had a sandwich. And there's not much more information than this, but I'm just trying to provide just the facts.
Exactly, that's what I had as well.
I'm very hesitant to talk about these kind of things. If any of you have any opinion on this, you could put it on our Twitter at Niagara 124. You can call in. But to keep, I guess, the integrity of news journalism, and for the sake of these families, we just really don't want to talk about this.
So that's Ebola in Ferguson.
Yep.
Have we gotten through all the serious topics?
Well, all the sad ones, yes.
If anybody has anything to say about either of those, please continue to tweet or call. We'll return to this if anybody has any opinion.
Yes. I want to go to Malala.
Malala?
Do you know Malala Yousafzai? She was the girl that was shot in the face by the little girl.
Yes.
And then she was up for a Nobel Prize, but didn't win. Well, she won this year.
Yeah.
She finally won the Nobel Peace Prize with I'm gonna butcher this name. Kailash Satyarthi. They now Malala's the youngest recipient of the Nobel Peace Prize at the age of 17. And then there's 60-year-old Kailash, who headed various peaceful protests against the exploitation of children for financial gain. He founded the, I'm going to butcher this too, Bachpan Bachao Andolan, or Save the Childhood movement, which are campaigns for child rights and an end to human trafficking. So this is actually a very good story in the midst of kind of a lot of bad things going on.
Terrible
things. A lot of terrible things. It's like we try to have some good news. We're trying to focus on good news in this radio show. We don't want to bum you out, guys. Let's talk about sports. I have another sports story. I have another one. You heard about the laser pointer during the Bills game?
Wait, no, what?
Oh, you didn't hear about this? This has been all over the news. So, you could actually see it in the footage. There's this green dot on, first it was holder Colton Schmidt, who holds the ball, so when the kicker tries to go for a field goal. So, Carpenter missed the field goal because the kicker got a laser pointer shot in his eye. And then, Kyle Orton, who was the QB that week, it was Detroit. It was versus Detroit, so it was at Detroit.
Yeah.
Threw a pass way off because he got a laser pointer shot in his eye, and he's telling the refs. He's literally pointing at his eyes. The video, it's all. I mean, you could look it up. It's on every news site. And he's like, they're shooting lasers in my eyes. So they ended up arresting a 17-year-old from West Bloomfield, and he's been banned indefinitely. Which seems to just be what the NFL says all the time for anything. Banned indefinitely.
Banned indefinitely for shooting lasers.
Banned indefinitely because he shot a high-intensity laser into a person's eye. He's also going to face a misdemeanor charge of, disturbing the peace or, disruption. It's like, you could have blinded them. And there's this has been on the news for, almost a year. Because the internet, you can,
Because the
internet. That's a good album by Childish Gambino. No, but because it's so easy to buy things on the internet, a lot of people are buying these, heavy-duty laser pointers, and they've been shooting them up at planes and basically and it can cause crashes.
Why?
Because I don't want to say people are stupid, but I mean the writing's on the wall there. So if you have an opinion or own a laser pointer, tweet us.
Why do people continue to do stupid things?
Bobby, I don't know. That's like asking why is the sky blue? It's just kind of...
Why is the sky blue?
Something about water refraction.
Really?
Yeah, the light, the way it refracts through the water drops. It's the reason water looks blue, because water's clear, it just refracts.
Congratulations.
Yes, I'm so good. Well, since we're getting on these... Cheshire Police in northwest England. A horse trotted into their police station. Literally just a horse walked out of a field and into their police station.
This went from serious to very weird. What?
Well, because we got it... Well, because we
Where did the horse come from?
It's just from a field, and it literally just walked in. I saw the video this morning. I'm like, what? It was probably it's one of the funniest things you'll see. Just
like, what happened?
Well, they just because I guess it's just an English thing. Instead of painting, they just go, "Okay, horse, we're just going to bring you back out to the field," and they just grabbed it and just brought it back out across the street to the field. It's sort of a non-story, but it's funny. You know, kind of like the Hibernator. We need something to break.
Yeah, the
up.
Hibernator.
Yes,
it's still going strong.
No, I'll save it for later.
I have a feeling to update my progress on attempting to consume the Hibernator. I'm 0.002% of the way there.
Yes, quite. There was a big news this week that's kind of getting covered a lot, overshadowed by Ebola and Ferguson and this kind of mess. The Supreme Court just made a ruling overruling the bans on gay marriage in the Western states.
What?
They didn't legalize it, but they said that they kind of overrules there was a ban on gay marriage in the Western states, and they overruled it. But then there was a lot of confusion because they didn't exactly know what that meant, and the states didn't know what to do. So they were kind of, so now finally, Nevada because they were holding back this past week, because this happened on Monday, and they've been holding back because they're like, well, until we have a definitive answer, we're not gonna legalize same-sex marriage. And they legalized it, so you can go to Las Vegas now and be married.
Are you gonna go to Las Vegas and get married?
Well, I could always go to... That's the sad part about society, is that I always could. I'm not dating anyone. I'm single, ready to mingle.
Please don't do that on the radio show.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna get...
Billy Bob's gonna come for you.
Wait. Oh my gosh, Billy Bob. At Niagara 124, does that mean I can marry Bobby now?
Oh God, what?
Bobby, do you have an
Billy
answer?
Bob, I've been checking the Twitter page for the last 20 minutes, and you have not sent in a single tweet, and that was the first one, and Nico saw it first somehow. So how did you do that?
Magic. Yeah, but Bobby, that's not going to work out. Right? I don't know.
You have any more topics? That we can hard cut to?
That we can hard cut to. Oh, I'm sure I do. Civil forfeiture.
What?
Okay. Civil forfeiture is the police can take your stuff without charging you for a crime. They can sue your stuff. Like, let's say you have a lot of money in your car. They can just say, well, we believe this is drug money, so we're taking it. And unless you can prove that it isn't drug money, we get to keep it. Now, this is police, and the Niagara Falls police don't do this, because the Niagara Falls police are pretty cool. But there's been a lot of police stations in cities that do this, and they took a house because a kid had $40 worth of heroin, and they said that he was dealing out of the house. So they took the house, and when the family went to go to court to try to get their house back, instead of meeting with a judge, they met with the district attorney who was suing the house. Didn't sue them. Suing the house.
What?
And they can keep the money, Bobby.
But how do you...
And honestly, this is one of the funniest things. There was a police officer in Tennessee who was, a lot of times you get pulled over, they'll ask you, do you have a large sum of money in your car? It doesn't matter if you don't speak English, because as this one officer in Tennessee said, "Tenny mucho dinero in su trucky trailer." Let's just break that down. Tenny mucho dinero in su trucky trailer.
Trucky trailer.
Trucky trailer.
It's my favorite Spanish word.
Trucky trailer. Yes, sí, señor. Hay mucho dinero en mi trucky trailer. And there was basically, you know how there's like open forums?
Yes.
Okay. There was an open forum in Texas, and they found the budget. And basically, they get to keep up to and including all of the money they collect from civil forfeiture. All of it. They can keep it all. They don't have to give it away. And they will usually there's no rules on what they can't buy with it. So, in this one city in Texas, according to their budget, they spent civil forfeiture money on, you ready, Bobby? Kegs of beer, bottles of Crown Royal, and a margarita machine. Because you know, Margarita Mondays, Bobby. So just so you know, if you're ever out of town and they ask you how much money you have in your car and they take your money, they might just buy margaritas.
So confused.
I can't believe this is a thing. But it's like a loophole in the Constitution. You know, innocent until proven guilty. Items are guilty until proven innocent.
Can we go back to, like, suing the house?
Yeah, like they can sue your house, basically.
Like, if I hit my elbow on a wall in my house, can I sue my house for, like, assault?
I don't think it works exactly like that. I've heard cases like that. I've heard people who have sued themselves because they tripped on their own broken stairwell, and they sued themselves because, you know, I should have fixed that, so I'm suing myself. And they've won the case and lost the case, obviously.
I don't understand. Why?
Well, that's like, there's the town, it's in Turkey, maybe? It's in that Ottoman Empire area. I'm so dated, Ottoman Empire. The town of Batman sued Warner Brothers for using the name Batman. Like,
oh my god.
You know, isn't the world just crazy? Isn't the world just so much fun?
You got any other fun stories?
Well,
can I sue the restaurant for trying to give me the hibernator?
What? Wait, Billy Bob tweeted again. Why didn't you warn me?
Because we were talking about
I'm moving on to Nico because Bobby doesn't love me enough. What?
This show is not about Billy Bob, Nico.
I know, but this is weird. Why? We still don't know. By the way, folks, we still have yet to figure out who Billy Bob is. We know that Billy Bob is always in the lovely lower level Gallagher area, theoretically. But we don't know much more than that. And it's a little weird. It's a little weird.
Please don't sue us, Billy Bob.
Yeah, please don't
for
sue
using
us.
Your name.
Well, it's their Twitter name.
Yeah, but we're reading it.
But it's not defamation of character, so they can't sue us for slander or libel.
But they've become part of the show.
Yes, because they've tweeted. Anyone who tweets can become part of the show. Oh, let's see. Yup, I'm in Galley. Billy Bob, come up to the window. Let us see you, Billy Bob.
We tried this last time.
I know, but literally come up to the window, wave hi to us. So we know, unless you want to remain, and we're not going to say who you are. This is completely anonymous. Just come wave at the window, and we'll be like, oh, now we know who you are. Okay. Billy Bob.
Billy Bob, please.
Wait, is it like... I don't know.
You got anything else on that little notebook?
Yes!
You do? Oh my god.
I have one more. I didn't have the circle on it, so I missed it. One is dead and one is critical after 300,000 bees attacked them.
Oh my...
In Douglas, Arizona.
What?
These were Africanized killer bees. There was a nest in an attic that was 6 feet tall by like 3 feet wide, and 300,000 bees attack these landscapers. So there's like one dead. This isn't a happy story.
300,000 bees.
300,000 bees. Listen, when there's one bee, I gun it. I run like a I don't care where that bee is. I run out the room. I run out the building. I get in my car. I drive to like Pennsylvania, like as far away from that bee as possible. 300,000. I think I wouldn't die from bee stings. I'd die of a heart attack. That is... And of course, these are the most aggressive bees ever. So they're telling people now they destroyed the nest. Firefighters showed up in full like nuclear hazmat suits and shot foam at them to kill them all. But they're warning the neighborhood to beware of random, very aggressive bees that now have no house.
Sue the house. Sue the bees.
Yes, we have a lawsuit on our hands because the bees. We should sue them. Bobby, can I be your queen bee from Billy Bob?
Why?
I need to meet Billy Bob. Billy Bob, if you're around after the show, we both kind of want to meet you.
I'm so confused.
I know, but we kind of want to meet Billy Bob now, right? Don't you want to know who Billy Bob is?
I'm trying to find more things to talk about.
Well, we can talk about anything.
What do you
Bobby.
Want to talk about? What happened this week?
I watched Godzilla.
You watched Godzilla?
I watched Godzilla.
The new Godzilla?
Yes, I watched the old one too. The American old one is really bad. They just stuck an American in the Japanese one. It's kind of funny. The Japanese one's better. And then the new one's a little weird, and there's like points where it makes no sense, but it was decent. I mean, for an action movie, it was good.
It's just a lot of special effects, isn't? Like, I heard a lot of things about it, how the CGI was like pretty great, but that was like the whole point of the movie. There was no story beyond that.
Godzilla is awesome. Godzilla him. There's these other monsters too. There's these other ones. This one flying one, and this one that just punches the ground. It's kind of like Pacific Rim, basically. Basically Pacific Rim, you know.
I haven't seen Pacific Rim.
You haven't seen Pacific Rim?
I have not seen Pacific Rim.
It's a rim in the Pacific.
Well, I'm sure
it is literally just this ridge in the Pacific Ocean that the kaiju.
Like the big robot things. Are they big robot things?
No, those are Jaegers.
Jaegers?
The robots are Jaegers, the monsters
are kaiju. Like alien? Okay,
yeah.
I don't know this movie.
Technically, Gojira is a kaiju.
Oh, okay.
Gojira.
Alright.
Yes.
Should we continue talking about movies? Cause,
yeah. Have you seen any good movies?
There's a new movie coming out in November called Big Hero 6.
Yes!
Did you?
I am so excited for that film.
I'm excited as well. It's gonna have Fall Out Boy song in it.
Wait, Bobby. That should be our Halloween costume.
What?
I'll come as the giant robot, and you come as the kid. You already have the wig.
I look like that right now. I'm wearing
you look like that right now. Just put the wig on. You're perfect. And I'll come as the robot and just not fit through anything. Just get one of those inflatable sumo costumes and spray paint it white.
Oh my god.
Wait a second. This might be a good idea. This might be a good idea.
I kind of want to be a vampire for Halloween.
Wait, does that mean that Artificial Cutie has to be a vampire too? She was a vampire last year.
I don't know. She can be whatever she wants to be.
Speaking of which, if Official Cutie is listening to this lovely show, she can tweet. She's probably not.
You've got tons of tweets from Billy Bob.
Yeah,
still.
Billy Bob's a lot. Like, I seriously, I need to know who Billy Bob is. Like, this is crazy. Billy Bob is our number one fan. You know how there's like good fans and there's obsessive fans? Billy Bob's like our obsessive fan.
Obsessive fans?
Yes, obsessive fans.
From
Umbridge.
What?
From Umbridge.
From Umbridge.
Have you ever heard that?
What?
Okay, in Alice in Wonderland, the one that Tim Burton made.
Yes.
She says her name is. It's like, her name's yes, from Umbridge. From Umbridge. Yes, from Umbridge. How wonderful is that? What a lovely show.
What a lovely show. Any other movies?
Because I've watched oh, yes. What's his name? I gotta look it up. Look up the movie Chef.
Chef?
Yeah, just Chef. It's a really good movie. It's not quite an independent film, but it's good. It's Jon Favreau. Jon Favreau, Robert Downey Jr., Sofia Vergara, Scarlett Johansson, Dustin Hoffman, John Leguizamo, like pretty much everyone you'd ever want in a film in this film, and it's entirely
Robert Downey Jr.'s in it too.
It's entirely about a chef that cooks food and quits his job and starts a food truck with like Cuban sandwiches and all this, and the entire film is focused around this food. You will watch this, and it is so intense. You can taste the food.
You can taste the food?
You can taste it. That is how, like, beautiful this film is, and it was a really good film. Made me very hungry, but it was a really good film. Talking about it makes me want to go get a Cuban sandwich.
Cuban sandwich.
Cuban sandwich. And it was also, but it wasn't just a film about food, it was a film about social media.
How?
Because it was about, he has this Twitter war, and then he's on Twitter and Vine and Facebook, and he has this 10-year-old with an iPhone, and he's like, why does a 10-year-old have an iPhone? But it's a lot about social media. It's a very interesting film. If anyone wants to, it's out on DVD. I don't have Netflix,
Where
so I don't know.
Where do you find these movies?
Chef?
Yeah, that, and then the other one you talked about last week.
I just find they come out on DVD. I buy them.
All right.
Like I buy DVDs. I'm an old man. I still record things on VHS, ladies and gentlemen. As a matter of fact, I just watched The People's Couch on.
We have another visitor
VHS.
at the window.
Oh, we have a visitor.
Hello.
Hey, wait. He gave me a thumbs up. For those of you who won't know, you will see this in, you'll see this because I post the weekly fashion on our Twitter and Facebook. I have my lovely Soviet Union Air Force hat sitting here. I can't wear it because I have headphones, but I was wearing it outside, and people look at you funny, but,
At the Canadian Phil just tweeted a picture of bacon. Thank you.
He did.
Yes, he did.
Wow. That actually works because we were just talking about Chef and he just posted bacon.
Is he going to cook the bacon? Are you going to cook the bacon,
Phil,
Canadian Phil?
We need to know, Canadian Phil, if you're going to cook the bacon, we need to know. We need to know if you're going to cook the bacon.
He tweeted at Niagara124 and then at 12. What is at 12?
Oh. He did. That's my bad. At 12 is not a Twitter thing.
Oh, wait, did you say
because
that?
I posted our show will be on at 12, but I was saving characters, so I used the at symbol.
Oh.
So it thinks it's a Twitter thing.
No, at 12 is an account. It's somebody's account. I don't know who they are, but
account. That is my bad.
They have 1,335 followers.
Wow. What do they... I don't...
Absolutely nothing. They have 0 tweets.
Okay, so okay, that's okay. I was going to say if they had something that was like, okay.
It's time to follow them.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. How wonderful. You know how life is. When life gives you lemons, don't make lemonade. Get mad.
Oh, I played Portal 2 last night.
You did?
With another person named Philip.
Oh, how was it?
It was great. You want me to tell you more about it?
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, tell us more because I mean it's a slow news day.
All right, well,
talk about your video gaming. Because
video gaming, I have a YouTube channel where I upload gaming videos, and we were trying to record for that. But unfortunately, Philip and I cannot make anything funny while we're playing a game like Portal 2, because that game involves trying to solve puzzles with people, and if you cannot agree on something, it turns out very badly.
Yes. Oh! Did Bobby read the tweets?
Yes.
So, Josh Jacobs, he's the head of WNIA.
Hi.
You guys are crazy, haha. Thank you for listening in. We love you. You're great. Yeah, we love that we have the ability to do this kind of thing, because if we were in a bigger school, we definitely would not be able to sit here from 12 to 1 on a Friday and just talk about,
half an hour of news, half an hour of what am I listening to?
It's Arnold Palmer, man. It's half and half. It's half and half, man. You know how it is.
I'm still waiting on Philip to respond about cooking the bacon.
Yeah.
I'm very disappointed I haven't heard back from you yet.
Yes. Yes. Oh, gosh.
Hey.
Yeah?
I'm on Ask Reddit. What's a show from your childhood that no one else seems to remember?
What?
What shows did you watch as a child?
Wait, what?
What shows did you watch as a child?
What did I watch as a child? I watched everything. I was Cartoon Network. I was Cartoon Network all the way. Ed, Edd n Eddy was my show. It was just Ed, Edd n Eddy, and whatever else was on that wasn't Ed, Edd n Eddy. Foster's was a good show. What did you watch, Bobby?
I don't even know. I don't watch TV anymore.
Yeah, Bobby doesn't watch TV. I still do. Project Runway's down to Fashion Week. It's down to Fashion Week, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, why am I talking about Project Runway?
See, I'm big on web shows, online stuffs, Rooster Teeth, Cough.
Bobby, did I ever tell you about the People's Couch?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
They watch shows and comment on it?
They literally just sit there watching shows and comment on it. It's great.
How is it great?
Because they're funny. It's like... Wow, they don't have that song. That's interesting.
Why are you looking for songs?
I don't know. I was just...
What are you doing?
To know. What am I doing?
What are you doing?
It's 12:39.
It's 12:40.
Well, it was 12:39 when I was saying 12:39.
Oh, Phil is cooking the bacon.
He's cooking the bacon.
Are you going to call in? You gonna call in?
Billy Bob. I'm jealous. I'm the biggest fan. You should love me in cabs.
Phil's cooking his bacon. I can't ignore that.
You can't ignore bacon.
No, I can't.
Billy Bob, tweet your response to bacon. Because, bacon's delicious. So delicioso, man.
Phil versus Billy Bob.
Oh my gosh, no. That's terrible. Why?
Billy Bob, if you can cook bacon for me, I'll love you more.
Oh, that is... Yes. Yes.
You're strolling through the music list.
Yes, I am. I don't know what I'm looking for.
Metallica. Meatloaf.
Oh, I know what I should look for. See, I don't know how updated this list is.
Are we going to play music right now?
Yeah, well, we could. I'm just looking at music. We could keep... Oh, they got Daft Punk! Yee, sweet. But I forgot how to read again. Oh, no.
We're not breaking the fourth wall. We're breaking all the walls.
All the walls come down. I like... They have Chuck Berry. Because, I don't even know what I'm looking at. They have lots of musical soundtracks.
Do they?
Yes.
Like what?
I was just reading they had Chicago. Chicago.
That's where Fall Out Boy's from.
Talk about Fall Out Boy, but we're not playing Fall Out Boy yet.
I brought them up momentarily when we talked about Big Hero 6 because they're going to have a song. They have a song in that for that movie that comes out on Tuesday. I'm excited for that.
Don't you just hate that time when the walrus becomes Abraham Lincoln? Well,
what?
we're gonna take a break for.
Are we? I'm waiting for Phil to call with the bacon.
We're gonna take a 6. We want to take a? No, we don't have to take a 6-minute break. I was gonna say this. Why is this song? This song was.
We only have 18 minutes left. We can talk about random until then.
Yeah, we can talk about random until then.
See, the thing with this is we get enough news to talk about, for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
but we can't talk about things for a very long time.
Listen, the average news show is 30 minutes long. So whose smart idea was to be like, let's do an hour-long news show?
We never like originally made this as a news show. It's more like a talk show, and that's what we're doing right now. We're talking to each other.
Yes.
So why don't you like this?
I like it. I wish I could just be like in space. No, I don't. Space. Oh, I know who I should find. Well, anyway, we need to bring up a topic, Bobby. Let's just have a topic and just discuss something.
Topic?
Like food or sponges or the new SpongeBob movie.
Food or
the new SpongeBob movie.
That's. I'm not even going to comment on that. I'm sorry.
It's in like in CGI. I'm so confused.
If you've seen the trailer for that movie, you've lost about 10,000 brain cells.
Yeah, I've seen it. Not only have I seen it, I think I've seen it probably twice.
Cash in on SpongeBob.
The series is supposed to end after this.
It is?
Allegedly.
It was supposed to end, like, after the last movie.
Yeah, I know. Well, because Hillenburg
and then it got worse.
And then it got... and this descent into madness. The Flanderization effect. Named after Ned Flanders.
What?
Sorry. What about the bacon? Did he burn the bacon?
Okay. Phil sent a picture of the bacon, and it looks very burnt.
Oh gosh. Is it? Hey, let me see that because your phone's better than. Bobby.
Is that even bacon?
It's sausage, Bobby.
Were you making bacon?
Is sausage.
Man? Were you making bacon or sausage, man? Hey, you want to call in, Phil?
That's not even... How did the bacon become sausage?
Read the number again so Phil can call in.
Oh, it is 2867315. Yay, y'all.
Area code 716.
Oh, yeah, because I forgot your...
He's the Canadian Phil.
The Canadian Phil. 716-286-7315. We'll put you on the show. Awkward silence is golden.
I knew he was going to call in.
Is he?
He told me he was going to call in.
Is he?
It's all an elaborate ruse. He told me he was going to buy bacon and then call in while cooking it.
Yeah, he's not.
But that's not even bacon.
No, that's...
Apparently.
First of all, that's sausage, but... Oh! Caller, you are on the air, I believe.
Hello?
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 Hello.
Hey.
Canadian Phil?
Hello? Yeah, hey.
Hello.
What's up?
Are you cooking the bacon?
I am cooking the bacon and the sausage.
And the sausage. I knew
it. So how are you today, Phil?
I'm alright. I woke up and you weren't around and I was sad and depressed.
Oh. I'm sorry. Wow. That's...
Yeah.
Are you Billy Bob by any chance?
Sorry?
Are you Billy Bob?
No, I'm not. Who's this Billy Bob person you speak of?
The mystery Twitter. Billy Bob.
The mystery...
The deal still stands. You can show up after the show at Gallagher.
Yeah, if you want to like get here in the next 5 minutes, you can come wait in the window, but you're like 8 hours away. So
also, at official cutie star texting, hello, I am alive. Billy Bob got nothing on me.
This is where we get all the tweets from random people. Because we have nothing else to talk about.
Yes.
Oh well, I have bacon, so
I can hear it. I can actually hear the sound.
It's pretty delicious. I mean, like, I wish you guys were here.
We wish we were there, too.
Save the bacon and bring it, and then, like, mail some bacon. You can always mail bacon.
That doesn't sound like a good idea, but sure.
Yeah, alright. I'll bring you guys some bacon.
Alright.
Sweet.
I'll be down in, like, 9 hours.
Alright, thanks, Phil.
Thanks, Phil.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay.
Phil's a very nice guy.
Yes,
he's bringing us some bacon.
Bringing us some bacon. It'll be 7 hours old, but you know. Bacon. Do people, like... Do you like bacon, Bobby?
I do like bacon. Do you have a problem with bacon?
No, I enjoy bacon.
All right.
I know. There was the most non-existent conversation ever. Do you like bacon? Yeah, I like bacon. Do you like bacon? Yeah, I like bacon. Ladies and gentlemen, yeah, I think that's going to end up being our new profile, is just going to be
Do you like bacon? I like bacon.
Our picture is just going to be bacon. Oh, Billy Bob responded, I am life, Phil.
Yeah, this show is turning to like a war between Phil and Billy Bob.
This show is turning into a war between everyone and Billy Bob. Billy Bob, I believe...
Billy Bob versus the world.
Billy Bob, you are now head of Sochi, Soviet Union.
What?
Soviet Union.
What?
I don't know. Oh, did I ever tell you about that? So, I dressed up as an astronaut one day. I dressed up as a Russian astronaut.
Was it carrying
around my toy laser gun. And I said, we will fight for the Soviet Union.
So,
Soviet Union.
Was it you with the laser pointer? Should I be watching out for that?
No.
Are you going to shine a laser pointer in my eye right now?
It was like a Star Wars Episode 2 Attack of the Clones battle droid plastic thing with a little red light bulb in it.
Careful, you could like cause some air accidents with that, shining it up into the sky at a plane or something.
It's about as bright as one of the buttons here on this thing.
I'm convinced you are going to blind me with it.
She blinded me with science.
Oh my god!
You didn't like that? Did you not like that? Did you not like that segue? I liked that segue.
Segue to what?
That segue to talking about science.
Science? What's going on in science? We never talk about science on the show. What's happening in science?
Yeah, what is happening in science?
I mean, the Ebola vaccine is kind of science.
Science majors, please help us.
I'll go to my handy-dandy Reddit to get some articles.
Yep. Well, yeah, Bobby, you got 11 minutes. Like, Bridget responded, science? Yes, Brigitte. What do you have to say about science? Do you have anything to talk about science? Any good science stories, Brigitte? Brigitte Calaveras? Come on, Brigitte.
Phil's still sending pictures of the sausage. I'm very concerned.
Yeah, he's sending sausage, but he's saying he's cooking bacon. I'm a little confused. Don't worry, Bay, I got this.
You got that sausage, Bay.
I think my favorite one is... Wait. Oh, no, can't read that. Billy Bob, this is a family-oriented show.
Phil, don't worry. All you need is, like 4 waffles and 4 omelets, and you're working towards the hibernator. You got the sausage.
You're close. You just need the black puddings and the
2-pint milkshake.
Yeah, that 2-pint milkshake is very important. And actually, we've added an ingredient because we like to go one step further.
We've added an ingredient?
We added the coffee because remember.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yes, because
that's right. Well, I mean,
one of our callers added coffee to the challenge.
We haven't successfully finished it to add the coffee to it.
Oh, hush now!
Once we go to the UK,
hey, listen, I ate the lumberjack slam, and you ate a bourbon burger at Denny's. So that's our version of the hibernator.
Denny's is not this place with the hibernator.
Yes, no, it is not the hibernator. Bear Grylls Cafe.
Denny's has nothing on the hibernator.
Well, scientifically speaking. In terms of science.
I
don't know.
Nothing's going on in science.
There's nothing going on in science.
I cannot comment on science.
We can't.
Because I am not scientific.
You're not... You play Portal. Portal's science.
I graduated with a mastery in science.
Yeah, I didn't even get that because my chem exam was like walrus pantaloons. What are jeans? I'm wearing them. Whoops.
What?
What are jeans? I'm wearing them. Oh, I took bio last year. I took college bio. With Deacon Dan.
Shout
out to Deacon Dan. Because, you always need a deacon to teach you science. There's nothing better than one of those little churchy Roman collars and a lab coat. That is the most perfect view. Like, holding a crucifix and like a beating heart. Do you remember that we were looking at brains yesterday in psych, like actual like a human brain, and then
did we have actual human brains?
Deacon Dan didn't, but in psych yesterday the one.
I mean, I know, but like
a real human brain.
Oh my gosh,
yeah, it was a real human brain. And but he also had the sheep brains, and I'm like, I remember when I threw the bucket of the sheep brains, and we put it on video. Yes, for those of you who don't know, there was something in my school that we decided to do called the teacher skit, where we kind of just poke some friendly fun at our most favoritist teachers. And I was Deacon Dan, and I threw a bucket of brains. He never actually did that, but you know. Shout out to NC, y'all. I said NC like I'm from North Carolina.
North Carolina.
That's the other NC.
Hey.
Hey?
Super Smash Bros. Is a pretty great game.
There we go. Something to talk about in the last 7 minutes.
Well, I mean, we've been talking about stuff. Just I wanted to talk about Super Smash Bros. For a bit because
talk about it.
It comes out for the Wii U on November 21st, and that is going to be pretty amazing. They already have the 3DS version that came out last Friday. I believe I talked about it then as well, but the release date for the Wii U version was announced this week. So I just wanted to mention that if anybody enjoys Smash Bros.
And why should I buy this Smashing Brothers game?
Because it's Smash Bros.
And what is Smashing Bros?
It's a Nintendo fighting game.
And what's Nintendo?
A pretty great game company.
Really?
You know, like Mario and Zelda, Metroid.
Yeah, I have the originals of both Mario and Zelda, and I have the NES. We should play that. We should do a Let's Play on the NES. Ken?
How would we hook that up? We need to get it. I don't think any modern capture cards work with the NES, do they?
No. But basically what we could do is just plug in the RGB thing.
If it has a... There has to be a capture card that works with it, because it has a port to connect to the TV.
Yeah. Yeah, it can be port... Yeah, it connects to... It has the cords to the TV, so I'm sure you could probably...
See, I don't even use capture cards to record, because I don't have a capture card. I record on PC for PC gaming, and even then it's pretty crap recording.
I think we should totally do... What do you say, Bobby? Like a Niagara 124 NES Let's Play Super Mario?
Well...
Or the original Mario.
The original Mario is not even a single-player game. We can...
No, it's there's multiplayer.
There is in the original Mario?
Yeah, in the original Mario there was a 2-player mode.
Are you sure?
Yes, because I've played it.
All right.
Where do you think Luigi came from?
The original Mario was in what? Like, the original Super Mario Bros.?
Yeah. It was an NES cartridge. I'm almost positive. Not the arcade version, the NES version.
Yes. Billy Bob wants to know if we can play games. If anybody does want to play games, you can find a way to contact me and we can play games, because I like playing games.
Yes, he does.
If it were up to me, every piece of information and article on the show would be about gaming, but it's not up to me because we have to be diversified in our topics.
Also, in Super Mario Bros., the player controls Mario, and in a 2-player game, the second player controls Mario's brother Luigi.
All right, multiplayer Mario confirmed.
Yep.
For NES.
Yes.
If you're like 20 years behind.
Yeah. I think I might have the original Millipede, too. That is... like... Yes, if you're really...
Also, if people who have their 3DSs, I've probably street passed you, because I've street passed some people and I have no idea who they are. So if you are listening, and I've street passed you, hello.
And for me, the guy that owns an NES, I don't know what any of that means.
Congratulations.
Let's talk about science, because...
We already tried to talk about science.
But
we can't talk about science.
About science.
The only science we've had on this show is there's a vaccine for Ebola, and that's happening. Congratulations.
Well, you know what's very scientific?
Yes?
Oh.
No, I don't, actually.
What What does Candide have to do with science?
What?
I'm sorry, Bridget sent Candide, so I probably have to go, Cunegonda. And then she'd go, Candide. You do it, Bobby.
No.
Cunegonda.
Please no.
Do it.
Please no.
Do it. Fine, you say Cunegonda then.
No, I don't want to say anything.
Why not?
Billy Bob.
Billy Bob, come here and be our Cunegonda. Candide. This every week the show just goes like we start off so well.
We start off as intelligent people, and then by the end we've lost all brain cells whatsoever that we've gained.
Billy Bob, can we play games? I see you and the TVs. Let's go. I have the original PlayStation. We could do things old school. And Bridget sent back science ? Candide. Oops.
Hatsune Miku was on David Letterman.
Hatsune Miku has a version of Anaconda out.
She was on David Letterman, though.
Yeah, because I told you, for like $300, you can get a ticket to see her hologram in Los Angeles.
That was pretty great.
This is a sign that...
He seemed so creeped out, but it was pretty great.
It's like, wow, there is a... Why? How is this on here? We don't even need real celebrities anymore. I mean, let's face it. We're all robots. Johnny 5 is alive. If you know what movie that's from, put it on the Twitter, and we will give you a shout-out.
We'll give you a shout-out if you do it in the next 1 minute.
No, we'll give you a shout-out next week.
No, if they do it in the next 1 minute.
Yeah, if they do it in the next 1 minute. Post in the next 1 minute, and we will give you a shout-out. If you know Johnny 5 is alive, if you know what that is from. You have 1 minute. Go. Go.
Why? Are we literally just gonna sit here and do that? Because, you know, I'm
derp.
Oh gosh.
Nothing. No one knows what this from.
This.
Oh, wait, Billy Bob got it. It's Short Circuit. Thank you, Billy Bob. Billy Bob, shout out to Billy Bob.
Did Billy Bob get it?
Yeah, Short Circuit.
Twitter isn't working for me.
Well, it's working for me.
Congratulations, Billy Bob. You get another shout out.
Yep, you get a shout out.
As opposed to the last 20 you've gotten.
Yes, you get. Yes, I know, Billy Bob. You get another shout out. And also, you know, you will get a victory song. You will get a victory song.
Victory song?
Yes.
Are we going with that?
About science and stuff.
All right, well...
Actually, 2 back-to-back victory songs. One about robots and one about science. So enjoy it. Enjoy it.
We'll be back next week with a half an hour of actual important stuff and then another half an hour of what?
So, bye-bye, Fractions. We need a better name for our
fans. That is terrible.
That is Fractions. Because there's a slash. Well, I'm Nico.
I'm Bobby.
And this is
a show.
This is Niagara 124th. Bye.